So hello there, how's it going? Um, this is the intro video to the Hair Loss Skeptic. Um, Hair loss because I personally am losing my hair. Skeptic because it's exactly what I am. I am a skeptic. I have another channel here on YouTube where I talk about sports, but I'm using this channel to kind of not only educate myself and you all, but to kind of test the theory that I have. And one part of me really doesn't believe it, and the other part, the denial part of me, but the conspiracy theorist in me kind of does feel this way. And I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible. You might be looking at me saying, "Well, it doesn't really look like you're losing that much hair." Um, it does. It's not really clear in this light, but if I turn to the side, you can kind of see in here. Turn to the other side, you can kind of see in here too. Um, One thing that I use quite often is I use a beanie. It kind of keeps the hair down, um, which is why it looks really wavy and it's not kind of popping up. I've got a decent sized bald spot in the back, and sometimes I use a ball cap. Um, so I'm 25 years old. I noticed that I was balding when I was 22, and there's a possibility that I could have been balding earlier than that. I'm not really sure, and back then I kind of like used it as a joke, like, haha, my mom's dad is bald and my mom's brother is bald, so I probably am gonna be bald. And I didn't really think that much of it until I actually found that it was happening. I had a haircut and it looked really thin up there. So I really didn't know what was going on. I really didn't know what to do. It was really my first sign of mortality, and I kind of wanted to, grow it back as fast as possible. Um, I ended up buying minoxidil for about a year. I bought the the topical ointment and the kind of shaving cream looking stuff, and I found that it wasn't work. I didn't really see any results. I didn't really. It kind of looked like I was losing hair, and the reason why I started then was because I want this to stop before it keeps going. And I would watch videos about what you could do, well, alternatives to those things, hair transplants. It's just not something that's going to happen with me, as well as uh, you know laser treatment, like all that stuff. It wasn't really for me, and I didn't really have that much money because I had just gotten out of college. And again, the minoxidil, the Rogaine, it didn't work. It didn't work for me. For whatever reason, back then I knew it didn't work for me. But I found that throughout this time, I did research. I learned why hair loss occurs. It's because of an enlarged flux of, uh, I don't know, I think it's a chemical called dihydrotestosterone, which, you know, for whatever reason, testosterone in your body can become dihydrotestosterone, shrinks the hair follicles until they fall out. And at this time, it didn't work, and I just thought to myself, well, I'll just go bald and take it in stride. But and this is just a theory. These are just theories of mine. What's about to happen after this video, they're theories of mine. And again, this will be the end of the introduction video after I'm done with this, and I'm gonna tell you guys about my next steps. So I did research, and I found that I was personally going through a few physical problems. For whatever reason, I have no idea, and it's very embarrassing. I don't really talk about it with most people. I noticed that I would have small bits of seminal leakages at night, just very small. People would call that those small artifacts. And I didn't know why it was happening. It was kind of embarrassing, but like I was like, whatever. At first, I thought it was sweat. At second, I thought I was peeing my pants. But not only was I kind of leaking at night, I was oftentimes leaking during the day. Usually when I was like around women who I was attracted to. And, I didn't really have any problem with it until I read that seminal leakages, it could be a cause of increased DHT, which again is the reason why hair follicles fall out. And at that point in time, it kind of made sense to me. Up until I graduated from college, I would, you know, flick the bean, kind of massage the monkey, spank the monkey. My bad. Very embarrassing. I really don't do that anymore because I kind of get the real thing, so there's no use. But doing the reading, I kind of theorized that there's got to be a problem with me. There's got to be an internal problem with me. And I actually went to a urologist and asked him, does over ejaculation due to masturbation cause your hair to fall out? And he didn't deny it. He didn't say no. He just got angry. And I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you." But from what I've read, from what doctors have written online, it's not widely accepted by them. Either because there's not enough proof, and that's the main thing, proof. We can all self-diagnose ourselves, but this is proof. There have been many other problems. I've been lethargic. I've, not really been depressed because of my hair, but depressed because of other things. And, many other physical things. And the urologist gave me a thyroid check, and because of a childhood fear of getting a blood test, I never did it. So, I can only blame myself. I do think I have a thyroid problem. I am seeing, I got a TB test. Didn't mind the TB test. Don't mind TB tests, don't mind shots. We get them often. Don't really care about them. But I'm getting the check for it tomorrow. And ordered a blood test, and I'm kind of, motivating myself to take it for the thyroid. And I think that's 3 vials. I'm absolutely petrified of blood tests. I'd rather lose my hair 5 times over than get blood tests. Throughout time, I've noticed that the hairs on the side of my head have also thinned in the back, which that's not genetic for me. That's not predisposed. So I'm hoping that this can give me some answers, and I'm hoping that if it's a problem with my thyroid, then that might be why, the minoxidil never worked. Because my DHT was so far blocked that it was stopping that stuff from getting in. I'm not sure. This channel mostly is for my own experiment. I've got a hypothesis. I have a theory. I'm going to test the hypothesis, analyze my results, and give a conclusion. I hope my conclusion is positive, and I hope I can use this to help people who are having this problem or who feel this problem. And again, I don't have a doctoral degree in medicine. I don't have an MD. I'm a history guy. I have a master's degree in teaching. That's all I have. And I'm hoping that I can use this to help other people. I'll be documenting it. Hopefully, I'll be able to change my diet too, so I can try to eliminate the levels of DHT. And if it doesn't work, I'm just going to go bald like a champ, because there's no reason to wuss around. This is life. You know, you're dealt the hand that you're given. Um, I could be like a poor person living in a refugee camp somewhere in Africa. I could have cancer right now, but I don't. My hair is just falling out. I'd rather my hair fall out than have cancer. So I will get back to you guys when all that's over. Hopefully I can find some results, and hopefully I can. I mean, this is not gonna be for publicity. Obviously, this is gonna be just me helping people, because that's what I do for a living. So, whoever, all the 2 people watching this, I'll see you on the other side. I hope that this works. Not just for my sake, but for your sake too. Anyone who has the same problem as me. So again, motivating myself to get the blood test tomorrow. I have a physical kind of checkup with my doctor. I got a new doctor, so check up with that guy, and learning more, getting educated, and sharing ideas. And I know that a lot of people are going to watch this video and be like, oh, you know, you're crazy. I probably am. But what if I'm not? Right? Right? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not one of those people like, well, you know, doctors aren't trying to help people. They're just trying to, you know, make you less healthy so that you have to take more drugs from them. That's not what I think. So, I'll get back to you with the results, hopefully by Tuesday. I should have my thyroid results by Tuesday. So that's all I got. This video was really long. You're probably really bored. Go somewhere.